Kejriwal, Rajdeep, provides a different kind of model, which is a politics of the dispossessed or the backwards from an economic perspective rather than a caste perspective. Is that, you think, the next big idea? He's trying that in Gujarat, the BJP pushing back very hard. Is that potentially the next big idea, that you fight on the basis of haves versus have-nots, the economically possessed versus the dispossessed?
You know, that these are various forms of populist welfareism. Where, you know, I say that the women of Gujarat will all be given 1,000 rupees a month, free, you know, there are a lot of, there's an attempt to sort of provide, dare I say, benefits, or, you know, which also Mr. Modi and the Modi model is doing. This welfare is Labharti beneficiary schemes down to the last mile, using digitization and technology as a force multiplier, can cut across caste and class and indeed religious barriers. To that extent, obviously, that has become a way of winning elections. My point, though, is that you will still find in state after state in this country, caste is extremely resilient. The nature of the alliances and the arrangements changes from time to time. Charan Singh had his own way of reaching out, let's say in Uttar Pradesh in the 60s and 70s, to middle caste peasantry. Mulayam Singh Yadav then crafted his own Yadav Muslim alliance. Kashiram looked at Dalits and then looked at other communities to align with them, but wanted
but
power.
A lot of those Dalits are now voting for the BJP.
No,
so caste doesn't matter in the way that a Mulayam Singh Yadav or a Kashiram would have pushed, where he would have made the upper caste seem like enemies of the Dalits. The new generation of Dalits are saying, if Modi can give me a house, if the BJP government can ensure that I have a proper road, I am not as opposed to them as Kashiram would have me believe.
You know, with the exception of Bihar, I think, because I think Rahul Verma makes a good point that, you know, the classical Mandal politics far more resilient there. I think revolutions eventually devour those who, you know, ignite them. Because eventually, as you pointed out, parties like the Samajwadi party and other, even the BSP, became prisoners of either personalities or families. With the result that it became very easy over time for a force like the BJP to target and exploit the weaknesses that existed in this family-centric system. You know, that to my mind, so just to say, caste has not gone. Caste is still relevant, but because these revolutionaries failed to recognize the importance of then providing good governance that was truly inclusive, I think somewhere they became vulnerable and the BJP was able to exploit their
Rahul Srivastav, you saw Mulayam Singh Yadav's politics through its ups and downs for 3 decades. Why did he end up making many of the same mistakes that he attacked the Congress for making, which was also what was responsible for him becoming the man that he became, and ultimately he ended up doing the same things?
Rahul, I met Mulayam Singh Yadav in 1989 September for the first time, and I think I've seen it with all the regional players, a lack of trust. They don't trust people beyond that limited family purview or their set of friends. And if you're talking about this Mandal element, I think it's a very fascinating issue that if you see Modi's success or Mulayam's failure, I think there is a huge difference. Only one line is inclusive. How many do you include? You can't win on one caste or one community now in India. You need a bouquet. Modi is more inclusive today. He is winning. What has he done? Through policies, he has targeted the poor, which includes the subalterns, the Dalits and the OBCs and others, the MBCs. So he has taken that away. He has pursued policies for the OBC inclusion in politics. So he has taken that vote away. Now what Mulayam Singh Yadav's party did, they had Yadavs. Mulayam Singh Yadav at one time took a Jalon dacoit, ex-dacoit, to Mirzapur because he wanted the Kevat and Mallah vote. That was inclusiveness. Akhilesh Yadav has not added any feather as far as a new caste group is concerned to his party. Now what have they done? The Yadavs, because they became socially dominant, they chased away the Dalits. The Yadav Raj,
a lot of the other OBCs.
Yadav Raj meant only Yadavs, not other OBCs. Similarly, the Muslim leaning heavily on Muslim, the Mullah Mulayam element chased away the upper caste and others. So there was an exclusion of caste which were at one time with Mulayam Singh Yadav, while the BJP has been including more and more.
Which is true for RJD as well.
Yes.